Hello guys, welcome to my channel, Daigyo Kusatsu here. Today we're going to be talking about digital versus physical games. As you can see behind me, there's plenty of physical games, so you might assume that I really love physical games. And if you would have came up to me like several years ago, probably about 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, definitely 10 years ago, I would have been like, oh no, it has to be physical. I remember even when YouTube started, or even 10 years ago, gamer YouTubers would be like, when they went on their little game hunts, they would open it up, oh, box complete, they have the manual, they'd be happy. I think, was it 7th generation PS4 or 8th generation? See, I'm losing track of generations. But when the PS3, Xbox One came out, they really cut manuals out. During the PS3 and the Xbox 360 era, and even the Wii era, they started go cheap on the manuals, black and white. When you did get them, they weren't good quality. So they started to slowly ease us into getting used to not having a manual. And of course, when the 3DS and the Vita came out, most Vita games did not have the manual, and that was even before the PS4 and whatnot. So they were slowly easing us as not getting manuals. So as time went on, I still really wanted physical games, but let's go back a year ago, because back in July of last year, my PSN got hacked. So I lost some digital games, and I lost access to all my trophies at that time. And not even yesterday, it was actually yesterday, when I got access to my PSN again. Took 7 months for me to get access to that. So I guess you could say, well, you had all those digital games and they were gone. Now, if you think about it like that, my house could burn down, I could lose all my games. I could have it broken into. They could take, well, at least all the games. It'd be hard to take all of them, but you get my point. Damage can happen. In 50, 60 years, are these games really still going to work? Well, the systems work, For example, the Wii U came out, and once my gamepad for the Wii U dies, how am I going to play that, How am I going to play the Wii U games, I mean, most of the games just buy the Switch version, but there's some games that really haven't been put out. Now, of course, you have the Wii U and the 3DS shops that are just shutting down. That was announced yesterday as well. So all this is coming together. Either way, but you have the physical ones. But until your gamepad dies, you're kind of good. But overall, you get my point. There's goods and there's pro and cons for both physical and digital. So, but when I lost access to my PSN account, I started getting more PC gaming. So like deals like Steam and other buying stuff, and of course emulation. Getting into PC gaming has made me more attuned to, or used to, buying digital games and being happy with it, because when you get good deals, and yeah, it's not really a collection where you could see it, it's not, and there is some sort of magic to holding like a game or games into your, oh shit, there's some type of magic about holding games into your hand, it's very cool. Let me get that. And then of course with physical, you have difference between like steel books, a lot of people like steel books, and of course there's the glass cases, so that's also cool as well. But let me get all this shit situated real quick, but I wasn't expecting to drop them. We'll just put that there for now, but you get my point. There's just something magical about holding it and opening up a box and smelling that game, that fresh plastic. It is a magical feeling, especially when you're younger. Holiday times, it's like a ritual opening those games. But in today's world, as long as I own a digital copy, at least, or it's actually data on my computer, I'm happy with it. I'm fine with it. Now, what I'm not fine with is when they're gonna keep pushing this cloud shit, and of course Stadia is in the red by a lot, so that's gonna be a failure. But there will be one day when we will have to deal with the cloud, and that's all we'll get. Unfortunately, that's all we will get. So, I challenge you, people, or if you watch this, just buy digital, buy physical, but don't ever learn and don't ever fall for that cloud BS, because then you won't ever own it. So that's all I wanted to talk about it. I'll see you next time. Daigyo Satsu out.